Esteemed gentlemen who have crossed the threshold of 60, I want to offer information that can radically change your view of health, energy, and vitality. What if I told you that the key to restoring blood flow, reclaiming masculine strength, and even reviving your intimate life does not lie in expensive pills or medical procedures, but in something simple, natural, and forgotten, kept right in your own kitchen? Recent research in nutrition and cardiology shows that certain compounds found in everyday spices can relax blood vessels, reduce hidden inflammatory activity, and regulate the hormonal balance responsible for energy and libido. It is astonishing that such an accessible, natural resource can deliver impressive and lasting results without resorting to artificial solutions. Today, I will take you on an engaging journey to explain why so many men after 60 lose vitality, what is really happening with circulation and hormones, and how this forgotten ingredient can, in just 60 seconds a day, ignite confidence and return the strength that seemed lost. I am Dr. João Vasconcelos, a physician specializing in men's health after 60. Stay with me, because beyond explaining the science behind this method, I will show you how to use it in your daily life easily and safely. To start, please share your age and city in the comments. This will help us gauge the reach of our message and bring together a community of men who believe that old age does not equal a loss of vital energy. And this is, in fact, our first and most important task. Understanding the solution to weakening erections after 60 begins with identifying the true cause. Many men mistakenly believe it is a natural, age-related process. In reality, the culprit is impaired circulation. The vessels that supply the intimate area are incredibly thin and delicate, like threads. Over time, subtle processes such as inflammation, stress, and unhealthy diet gradually narrow and stiffen these tiny arteries. Gradually, the blood supply diminishes, which becomes the reason erections fade. They do not disappear in an instant. They slowly lose strength, accompanied by a decline in a man's confidence. It is important to remember that this process is neither inevitable nor irreversible. Studies published in specialized cardiology journals indicate that microcirculation can be restored through targeted stimulation. Even in older men, the body retains the ability to respond properly. It simply needs the right impulse to restore the flow of energy. Nature has provided just such an impulse in the form of simple substances that can relax vessels, normalize circulation, and return strength and vitality to the male body. Beyond circulatory problems, there is another, often hidden factor that affects male energy, hormonal balance. After 60, many men face constant fatigue, reduced energy, and even emotional detachment. This occurs due to an imbalance between cortisol and testosterone. Cortisol, the stress response hormone, is crucial in emergencies. However, when its level remains chronically high because of daily stress, lack of sleep, or persistent inflammation in the body, it becomes a threat to male vigor. Scientific studies have already confirmed a direct relationship. The higher the cortisol, the lower the testosterone. Even with perfect health by other measures, a man with insufficient testosterone can experience a loss of strength, confidence, and firmness that once defined him. That is why many patients come to me with the same concern. Doctor, I live a healthy lifestyle and regularly get tested, but I still don't feel like I used to. The reason is not a lack of effort. It is that cortisol negatively affects testosterone levels. Fortunately, this process can be stopped and even reversed. Endocrinological studies show that simple methods, such as deep breathing and the use of natural compounds, can reduce cortisol levels, allowing testosterone to function effectively in the body. As a result, a man not only regains physical strength, but also clarity of mind, energy, and sexual desire. There is a third factor, a hidden enemy that most men do not suspect: inflammation that begins in the mouth. Many believe dental care is primarily about appearance. Yet research shows that inflamed gums and frequent bleeding release bacteria directly into the bloodstream. These microorganisms do not remain in the mouth. They spread throughout the body, provoking inflammatory mediators and, ultimately, reaching the tiniest vessels responsible for circulation in the intimate area. It is as if a man were unknowingly poisoning his own microcirculation every day. Studies published in dental and cardiology journals have already established a link between periodontal disease and erectile dysfunction. The reason lies in chronic oral inflammation, which provokes vessel thickening and negatively affects the vascular system as a whole. Thus, some men who consider themselves healthy may experience reduced libido and vitality without realizing the true cause. In reality, the source of the problem may be where they least expect it, in the gums. This is where natural remedies with anti-inflammatory and vasodilating properties become especially relevant, acting from within to clear vascular pathways and restore blood flow. Understanding that diminished male vitality is driven by impaired circulation, hormonal imbalance, and underlying inflammation brings us to a key point: a solution provided by nature. A small, often forgotten ingredient on the kitchen shelf, clove, possesses remarkable power to improve blood flow and normalize hormonal balance. For centuries, men in different cultures used cloves to enhance vitality before important events and as an aphrodisiac. Modern scientific research confirms what traditional medicine has long known. Cloves contain a compound called eugenol, which acts as a natural vasodilator. This means it helps blood vessels relax and widen, allowing blood to reach the most delicate areas once again. But cloves hold another secret. They contain beta-caryophyllene, a substance that interacts with nervous system receptors responsible for balance and overall well-being. The result is simple. Lowering stress reduces cortisol, which in turn allows testosterone to work more effectively in the body. This rare combination, eugenol improving circulation and beta-caryophyllene creating favorable conditions for full hormonal function, provides a natural means to restore confidence, physical strength, and zest for life. Knowing the power of cloves is important, but knowing how to use them correctly is even more so. Here comes what I call the 1-minute ritual, a simple, practical method available to every man. All you need is 3 to 5 whole cloves. Do not use powder or oil. Place the cloves in your mouth and gently bite until you feel the outer shell crack. For the first 30 seconds, do not chew. Simply let the essential oils mix with saliva, allowing eugenol to be absorbed quickly through the mucous membranes and almost instantly enter the bloodstream. During the next 30 seconds, chew thoroughly to release the full aroma and beneficial components. At this point, you can swallow or spit out the remaining mass. The effect will already be noticeable. In 1 minute, you send your body a natural signal to dilate vessels, relieve tension, and activate testosterone. The power of this method lies in its simplicity. No pills, no doctor visits, no complex procedures. A small daily ritual you can do at home is capable of returning a man's strength and vitality. The sixth part of this practice concerns choosing the optimal time for the ritual. It is important not only to perform it for 1 minute, but also to know when it will be most effective. The human body responds differently depending on the time of day, and timing can significantly enhance the action of cloves. The most favorable time is immediately after waking, on an empty stomach. In the morning, the body is most receptive to new inputs, and eugenol's vasodilating effect helps awaken circulation, remove a sense of heaviness, and restore mental clarity for the day ahead. The second optimal moment is about an hour before bedtime. At this time, the body naturally lowers blood pressure, slows the heart rate, and prepares the hormonal background for nighttime rest. The peak of testosterone production occurs during deep sleep. Performing the ritual before bed creates ideal conditions for the body to make the most of this natural recovery process. Some men also note benefits from doing the ritual before a light walk, exercise, or intimacy. It acts like an instant signal to the body to prepare. Blood flow increases, and the body becomes more ready for activity. You can use cloves according to your needs, integrating them into daily life, while keeping the key timing points in mind to maximize effectiveness. What happens after a week, 2 weeks, and a month? Many men ask, when will I see results? Every body is individual, but science and clinical practice reveal a pattern. In the first few days, the effect is usually gentle and gradual. Some men feel lightness in the chest, pleasant warmth in the body, and deeper, more restorative sleep. Waking becomes easier, as if the body is reestablishing its natural rhythm. These are not rapid changes, but the foundation of further improvements that become more noticeable by the second week. Thoughts become clearer, mood stabilizes, and the fatigue of daily concerns seems to recede. Many note the return of spontaneous erections, including morning ones, which is an important indicator of vascular health. During this period, confidence is reborn, not only in intimate life, but also in oneself, in one's vital force. By the end of a month, changes take firm hold, circulation improves, erections become stronger and more regular, sleep grows deeper, and stress management noticeably improves. A man feels more energetic, more alive, and more connected to his inner strength. It is not about going back to the past, but about awakening what seemed dormant. Although the changes occur gradually, they clearly show that, given the right stimuli, the body responds, regardless of age. The 1-minute clove ritual is powerful on its own, yet there are simple ways to enhance its effect. Small adjustments to daily habits can transform a positive result into a truly impressive outcome. The first step is combining cloves with a spoon of pure honey. Honey is rich in minerals such as boron, which studies suggest may raise testosterone levels and support hormonal balance. Honey also helps stabilize blood sugar, which is important for sustaining energy and avoiding performance swings. As a second strategy, take a light 10-minute walk right after the ritual, especially if you do it in the morning. This gentle activity stimulates circulation like a natural pump. With eugenol already unlocking blood flow, the blood distributes faster throughout the body, amplifying the effect. The third strategy is deep breathing while chewing the cloves. A simple 4-step technique. Inhale deeply for 5 seconds, hold for 3 seconds, then exhale slowly for 7 seconds. Activating the parasympathetic nervous system further reduces stress and creates a favorable environment for harmonizing hormonal balance. These small, easy adjustments multiply the action of cloves and accelerate the restoration of vital energy. How do you choose quality cloves? For the 1-minute ritual to be maximally effective, it is crucial to pay attention to the quality of the cloves you use. Not all cloves are equally beneficial. It is best to choose organic cloves, as they are typically richer in essential oils. These oils, especially eugenol, provide the vasodilating and anti-inflammatory effects we are seeking. You can gauge quality by aroma. Real cloves have a bright, intense smell. A faint or absent aroma suggests a loss of active compounds and reduced effectiveness. There's a simple test. Place a clove in a glass of water. If it sinks or stands upright, its essential oils are well preserved. If it floats, it is old and its useful properties have faded. Remember that even an inexpensive, accessible ingredient can be ineffective if its qualities have diminished. Pay attention to origin and always choose fresh cloves with a vivid aroma and uniform color. Only this approach ensures maximum effectiveness of the ritual. In closing, my friends, let me emphasize, you are not powerless and you are not doomed to a permanent loss of vitality. What has happened is merely a temporary step away from what your body is still capable of. The 1-minute clove ritual is the simplest, most intuitive way to reclaim the strength that seems to have gone quiet. But I do not want this information to remain a secret. Many men over 60 suffer in silence, thinking there is no way out and that they are facing an irreversible fate. So please share this video with your friends and peers. This information may be the key to restoring their confidence, energy, and joy in life. Before you leave the page, share your age and city in the comments. This will help us understand how wide our audience has become and how much stronger the community of men is who refuse to see old age as an ending and instead see it as a chance for renewal. If you found this helpful, subscribe to the channel, click the bell so you don't miss new releases, and give it a like. The path to restoring vital energy can begin with something incredibly simple: 1 minute a day.